Mr. Clanner. I know you're conscious. I left you on your back with your face exposed. And now you're on your belly with your face hidden. Well, if your intention is to just lie there and not even give me the courtesy of an answer, I'll go.
Courtesy? What is it you want? Huh?
I am Miriam Hilton's mother.
Miriam Hilton? Who?
Yes, Miriam Hilton. All right, you'll have plenty of time to remember.
Remember what? What the hell are you talking about?
You have a very nasty mouth. You use the word hell as if it was perfectly acceptable usage in the English language.
Look, I don't know any Miriam Hilton. No.
Atlantic City.
Atlantic City? Well, yes, I've been to Atlantic City, yes. I was there, exactly once. I guess it was at least a year ago, so?
To be exact, wasn't it 6 months ago?
Yeah, okay, it was, yes, you're right, it was 6 months. And it was a data processing convention, and I met hundreds of people from all over the country, but I don't remember any Miriam Hilton.
Hilton!
Hilton, I don't know who she is, damn it!
Don't you use her name like that! Perhaps we should wash your mouth out with soap and water. All right. I know what you're doing. Well, when you decide to be honest with me, I'll get you some food and water. Good night.
Wait. Please tell me when I'm supposed to die.
Hello?
Hello, Diane. It's Frank there.
It seems he didn't come home last night.
Well, maybe he went back to the office after he got his briefcase.
No, that's where I am now. You mean he hasn't called you or anything?
No, nothing.
Has he done this before?
No, he has not done this before. I mean, really.
You know Frank better than that.
I'm not talking about another woman. We both know him better than that. It's just that sometimes when you have words, you sleep it off at the corner hotel.
Well, we never have words, and when we do, we sleep them off together.
Well, what then?
I don't know. You know, last night after you called, I had this feeling that he was in some sort of danger.
I mean, I even dreamed about it. He was trying to catch a train.
Running after it down the tracks. Except that it was coming at him.
Well, I think I would have heard by now if something had happened, don't you?
Well, do you think I ought to call the police?
No. Wait a little bit. And let's get off the phone. He may be trying to call you right now, okay?
Yeah, I'll call you if I hear anything. I ordered the largest size.
40 by 24 by 21.
I imagined it would be larger.
Hey, I never felt so helpless. I mean, calling the police is like taking pills for a cold.
Well, at least you know he's not in any of the hospitals or like that.
Oh, like the morgue, you mean? Then where is he? What if something did happen to him and the police just aren't doing their job? I mean, their attitude seems to be that if your husband disappeared, he wanted to disappear. I mean, one of them even suggested that I hire a private detective.
Well, why don't you? You can afford one.
Because he'd be coming around, asking questions all over the place, and then Jimmy would know something had happened.
Well, there's another kind.
What?
Of detective, sort of.
Who?
Mark Hembrick.
Oh. You're still going to that fortune teller or whatever he is?
He is not a fortune teller. Mark Hembrick is a psychic.
Well, at $20 an hour, he better have a fancy title.
Listen, I saw him just before I came over here, right after I talked to you. And I asked him if you could come tonight. He said he was sure it would be all right with the hostess. It's just a fun thing. We sit around and it's kind of a psychic demonstration. At least it'll show you what he can do.
Well, what?
Finding Frank. Hey, can you get a babysitter?
Nancy, my husband has disappeared. I am not going to find him through ESP. I mean, of all the ridiculous ideas.
Even the police have used psychics. That's why I asked him if he thought he could help you. And he told me to tell you to find the parallel lines. Well, what does that mean, the parallel lines?
I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with that dream. You know, railroad tracks. All right. I can get myself a babysitter.
There's nothing unearthly or uncanny about ESP, extrasensory perception. We all have it to a certain degree. It's something you feel. It's an instinct, a state of awareness that goes beyond what our five senses tell us. Now, we can act on that instinct, or at some later date, look back and wish we had. Now, some of us, through long years of strict self-training and discipline, are deliberately able to tune in on this special quality of things, unknown, unseen. I'd like to point out unnecessarily, of course, that these sealed statements were collected by my assistant before I arrived here at Mrs. Van Orlen's lovely apartment. I see the initials M.J.L.
J as in Joseph. John. No. James. James L. Lamb. Mrs. James Lazen. And you want to know what your granddaughter wanted for her birthday. Your granddaughter wanted a horse she could keep in the kitchen. I get the initials D.K. Strange. I keep getting Ann. Of course, Ann doesn't begin with a D. Deanne. Diane. Diane Klanner.
your husband, Frank, went out for. Your husband went out for his briefcase. Did you bring what I asked you to bring? An object that belongs to your husband? Something he used regularly?
Yes, I brought his pen.
I'm sorry. I'm picking something up, but I believe I'm picking it up from you instead of the pen. Nothing, I'm sorry.
I just bought it on the way over.
Oh, congratulations. This pen cost you $20. Will you write a check, or shall I bill you?
I needed to be sure.
To be sure? In this business, you can't be sure about anything. Look, if I were you, Mrs. Kleiner, I'd go out and hire myself a private detective. Your husband has been missing for 2 days. If he's alive, he might be in trouble. Deep trouble.
Do you sense that? I do.
Play it safe, Mrs. Kleiner. Hire yourself a private detective.
All right, I will. But when may I see you again?
I don't like to get involved in cases like these. Usually it means a lot of publicity. Other psychics might need it, but I don't. Did you bring something that really belongs to him?
His pen. He forgot it the night he disappeared. See, I gave it to him 2 Christmases ago, and he always left it in his desk at his office to avoid losing it. But that night,
I see darkness. He's surrounded by darkness. I get a clear sense of a tremendous emotional upheaval.